Fox 5 Health News, the first ever human heart created using a 3D printer. Researchers say this breakthrough could one day save the lives of thousands of patients every year who need heart transplants.
I know we talked about this last night, the size of a rabbit's heart. Joining us now is Dr. Devi Nampiaparampil. She is a Fox 5 contributor from the NYU School of Medicine. Hello.
It's good to see you.
We did literally talk about it yesterday evening out of Israel. It's amazing.
I think it's amazing. It's fascinating. So it's not something that can be used right now, but it's more about the technology, right? So the idea of a 3D printer is it's like a regular printer, but you're printing in slices and then building something that will then form a 3D structure, right? But the difference is you're not printing in plastic, you're not printing in metal, you're printing in live cells. So you're creating life from a printer. It's like a coral reef, right? So what they did was they took a patient's cells. Basically, you could take stem cells from the fat, which is what they did. Not just stem cells, but a whole bunch of different cells that we have in our bodies. And then they use them to try to reproduce the cells that are in the heart. So we all have stem cells, so it's not something that's controversial. We have them to repair ourselves, so if something breaks down. And that's the difference between life, right? That you can regenerate yourself. So with this heart, they took cells that could become the cardiac muscle. They took cells that could become the blood vessels. They took all the different things and put it together. And it seems that the structure looks like it's good, so it could potentially be used for heart transplants, but they still have to figure out how to get all the cells to work together. So right now, the heart contracts, but it doesn't pump. Like, it doesn't look like it could pump blood the way a human heart could. But it's still setting the stage, so it's more a matter of kind of fine-tuning and figuring this out. And it's such an important thing, because if you think of all the people who have heart disease, what happens ultimately is if you have heart disease, you know, you're having a problem with the blood vessels that carry blood to the heart, and as a result, the muscle dies or it's not able to work as effectively. So if you could actually give the person a heart that pumps and that works, then that would take care of so many
without organ donors,
that
rejection, the whole thing. I mean, it would be great for this whole organ donation thing to seem outdated soon because of this technology, which would be the hope. All right, nice.
All right, something else that's fascinating and affects, so many of us. A new study busting some common sleep myths, because lots of people have trouble sleeping.
Same here.
You're in the thick of it.
Well, there are a few different things. So one of the myths is that, you know, people might need less than 5 hours of sleep. That's not true. So the actual number is probably closer to between 7 and 10 hours of sleep. 10 seems like a lot because most of us can't get that, right?
I don't know what that is.
But actually, that's still within the normal range. So what happens when you have too little sleep is that your body doesn't have enough time to necessarily heal, right? So you can get changes in different hormones. It can affect your mood, your thinking. It can actually cause other problems too. We're talking about the heart. It can cause high blood pressure. It can cause infertility.
Lack of sleep is terrible for you.
Exactly,
No, it is.
And then some of the signs that a person might have problems sleeping is snoring. So we tend to think that's pretty normal, that people can snore, and if it's light snoring, it's okay. But it could be a sign of sleep apnea, which is another problem. Now, traditionally, we usually think people who are, you know, maybe a little bit chubbier, have a little bit more weight, they're more likely to have sleep apnea, but you could have that even without those characteristics. So if you're snoring or you feel like you're not well rested in the mornings or in the days, then it's something to take a look at. Another thing people think is usually positive is that, you know, if you can sleep anywhere, anytime, that's great.
I'm jealous of those people.
I can do that.
I'm jealous.
No problem.
But it may be a sign that the reason you can is because you're not getting as high quality sleep.
You're not getting high quality sleep.
Exactly.
All right. Dr. Devi, good stuff. Get your rest wherever you can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.